Thank you all for coming today. My name is David Hart. I'm the Director of Corporate Communications at Richard Childress Racing. We've got a very important announcement for the present and future of Richard Childress Racing. As some of you may have seen on a Twitter post or somewhere else, RCR and Kevin Harvick have agreed to a multi-year contract extension for Kevin to continue in the RCR number 29 Chevrolet Sprint Car Series car. So at this time, as I said, multi-year agreement. No, we're not going to tell you the exact years and all that good stuff. But at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Richard Childress. Richard, if you would, tell the folks about where things stand right now and your thoughts about Kevin continuing on now well past a decade at RCR.
Well, we're very excited to have Kevin back. It's been, he's written a lot of history for RCR. He stepped in the car when we lost Dale in 2001, and I don't know of any driver that could have stepped in there under the pressure and handled it the way he did, and we'll always be grateful. And to have him come back and re-sign again, we're excited about it. I know there will be questions about sponsors. We have 3 or 4 companies that we're dealing with right now, and hopefully in the very near future we'll have something to announce there. But the key thing is to have Kevin back. He is a top driver in this series, and to have him on our group of drivers is just unbelievable, and we're glad to have him back.
Kevin, as I mentioned, it's hard to believe it. You started at RCR, first races in 1999, well into your second decade now. Leading in the points, obviously run well, very well here. Talk about what it means for you to make this announcement now, moving forward, looking at the championship for this year.
Yeah, I think for us, it's great to put everything, all the questions to bed. I know I've been pretty quiet about the way we've gone about everything, but I felt pretty good about the way everything has gone between Richard and myself, and all the internal things that have been going on. I know it's not the way that you guys would like it, but the last time I didn't feel like I didn't do things very well, and I feel like this time, we did things the right way. So we've been through a lot of ups and downs, and I feel like, as an organization and a team, we're positioned as well as we've ever been to race for a championship this year with Scott Miller coming and taking over the competition role, and Kent Day and ECR Engines and the chassis shop and everybody that's a part of everything that really has had a tremendous amount of restructuring since probably late summer of last year. It's been an incredible turnaround. So the attitude and the morale and the people that have been around for a long time, those are the things that you want to work out when you've got so much time and effort invested into years and years and years, and to be able to race for a championship this year was our goal, and we've been able to accomplish that so far, and our goal is to race for championships every year, and obviously last year we didn't do that, but we felt like we've made all the right changes, and hopefully we can continue going forward with the performance and things that we've done, and feel really comfortable about all of that.
All right, we're going to open it up for questions. We've got microphones on either side. If when you go, get the microphone, if you would give your name and affiliation, we'll go from there.
Mike Embry, SpeedTV.com. Kevin, are you at the point now where you anticipate finishing your driving career with RCR?
Well, you never know how things are going to shake out, but obviously I don't think the sport has created, with the time and the commitment and things that it takes to be competitive. I don't see myself racing until I'm 50 years old. So whether it's one more contract or 2 more contracts, nobody knows. But right now there's a lot of years in front of us with this one, and the way that we started, and hopefully we can end that way and continue that going forward.
Lee
Spencer, Fox Sports. Kevin, can you just talk about how much you have grown, how much you have changed, how much RCR has changed in the last decade? Because it's, when you jumped in that car, they were poised to win the championship, and here you are again, poised to win the championship. Can you just talk about, those 10 years?
Yeah, it's been a lot of life experiences, I guess you could say. I think obviously when I came in, I was 23 years old, so came in with not a worry in the world, and we raced a couple ARCA races and went into the Nationwide Series, and really just trying to learn about what the sport was all about, and got our feet on the ground the first year, and everything happened, and that was obviously something that you really can't plan for, but we went in and did well, and then the second year reality hit, so we had to go through some changes there and really figure out what the sport was all about in 2002. So been a lot of good times. We've won the Daytona 500, we've won the Brickyard, we've won the All-Star race, the shootouts, and we've won a couple championships on the nationwide side together, and just it's been a lot of things that have been great moments in my life, and unfortunately the ones that get the most publicity are the ones that aren't so great, but when you go back and you really start putting it all on paper and you really start thinking about everything that's happened and the accomplishments that we've been able to achieve together, it wouldn't have been probably the way that it needed to end, based upon everything that we've been able to accomplish.
Tom Jensen, Speed TV. This is for both of you. Richard, obviously the 29 is one of the most coveted rides in the garage, a great car. Kevin, you were at the top of the free agent class this year. You guys both had options with what you wanted to do going forward. Was there a time, a specific time, or an event that led you after a tough year last year to decide, hey, we really ought to stay together?
I think we had been talking for quite a while, and it was just putting a lot of details together. We both knew what we wanted to do, and it was a matter of just finalizing a few details. And like I say, having Kevin back in the car, we want to contend for a championship. You don't put a team together and contend for a championship overnight. It takes some time to build your people and personalities together, and that's what Kevin's doing with his race team right now.
Bob?
I'm sorry. I think I think for me, it's just there's a lot of things that went into it. I think as we went through time and we went through, everybody knows we struggled through the middle last year. But as we got to the end of the year last year, things had really turned around, and you have the whole winter to think about things too. And as we went into the year, everybody came in with a great attitude, and I hope including myself, and we had talked about a lot of things that we wanted to do, and the pieces started to fall into place before we even got started in Daytona. So just a lot of those moments made us stronger through the winter too.
Bob Pockris, SceneDaily.com. Kevin, last July and August, kept asking you if you thought you'd be back, and you didn't say a whole lot. And then, you had the sometimes it's best to read another book comment. Are you surprised that today's come where you've re-signed with Richard Childress Racing? Were you ever at the point where you didn't think all the pieces would be able to fall into place?
Well, I think as you look through the middle of that year, obviously we were both frustrated, and I think we both want the same things, and sometimes we just butt heads a little bit, and we talk through those situations, and we both realize that we want to race for championships and want to win races and be competitive. I mean, that's really what it's all about, is being competitive week in and week out, and sometimes similar people get frustrated, and Richard and I are the same type of people. We get frustrated and want to do things the right way, and I think as we went through those moments, like I said a second ago, I mean, it made us stronger as we went forward and realized that we both want to achieve the same goals.